so concerned about my real life, and that's alright. But who are you? Just another nigga with a strap. It don't take rocket science to shoot. You don't know shit about getting bricks out, you probably still work true for true. You don't know shit about on your blood, cause you paid your bills with all that loot. How about your baby about to be born and he don't got pampers, wipes, or food? How about your mama fucking your best friend and y'all both just finished school? But it's okay, she thinks it's cool. You're in her way, it's time you move. And you just paid all her damn bills, so you feel like a fool. So what do you suggest I do? You think you know? You got no clue. So please don't tell me what you think I ain't been through. I don't give a fuck, they don't like me. They don't like me. They don't like me. I say I don't give a fuck, they don't like me. They don't like me.
Welcome to AJ's Den. Okay, people, I've been gone for 2 days. I've been so busy. You know, everybody know I'm in school full time. I have a job full time. I have to do these things full time. I have a podcast full time. I have so many jobs. I don't know if that comes from my father being Jamaican or what, but hey, I have so many jobs. I couldn't get on my podcast in 2 days, and I couldn't get on recording for 2 days. So I'm finally back. I'm not busy. Well, I have to work today, but just had to record, talk about the attempted murder on Donald Trump. Oh, Donald Trump. Look at this. You're not even president yet. Somebody is trying to kill you already. Fool. You are fool. You have divided this nation so bad that it doesn't make any sense right now that you have divided this nation. This nation was already divided because they're looking at people's skin color. They're looking at not by their character or their contents of the character. They're just looking at straight up the skin on somebody. So it was already divided, but you just let your snakes crawl under the rock, out of that rock, and just start sizzling. So now we have snakes coming around, and now they are really dividing the nation. That I can't blame all of them, and I'm blame Donald Trump for causing this. That it's so many divided people around here, and the only thing they see is he continued to preach these lies, this propaganda about Hispanics or African American. It was one video that I was watching that this young man, and I was so ticked because the guy who was trying to explain that Trump was a racist person, he couldn't explain it well. And I'm like, please tell him, come on, get out of it. And he couldn't get that out. And I want to oh my God, this young African American young guy, he was saying Trump wasn't a racist. He doesn't know his history about Trump. His father, he felt to realize, okay, let me get to this young man. The young man was telling this other young man, listen, Donald Trump is a racist, and you're standing out here talking about I'm for Trump. That I give anybody each his own kudos. You can vote for whoever your ancestors, our ancestors fought for our voting rights, no problem. But look and study about the person. Trust me, I don't want to vote for Hillary, but I have no choice to vote for Hillary or Trump. I'd rather take my chance with Hillary than Trump. So when the young man was trying to tell him that Donald Trump was going against his own rights and everything, and he couldn't believe it. He's like, no, just a lie. He's not a racist. Then he had some Caucasian in the background. Yes, he's not a racist. He's not this. He's not that. And I'm like, then why is Donald Trump getting sued in New York for not allowing African Americans to rent in his apartments. This is the reason why Donald Trump say certain things. When he said, I can go in front of Manhattan, Times Square, and shoot somebody in the head and he was never lose any voters. He's telling the truth. Because most voters, what he have said also, he loved his poorly uneducated people. These people are just seeing hatred. This is the reason why the Ku Klux Klan support Donald Trump and have endorsed him, because of the hatred that he's preaching. So now a young man came about and said, you're not going to send me back, because I think it's from London. You're not going to send me back, and tried to kill Donald Trump, but he wasn't successful. I'm not going to say, okay, he tried to kill Donald Trump. I'm not going to do that, because you don't take nobody's life. But this is something that Donald Trump needs to get used to. When you preach hatred, nobody do not want to hear that. Especially when you're telling people you need to go back to your own country. I'm going to say it again, and I have said it several times on here. This is not your country. This is not my country. This is Native American country. Stop lying. Stop saying that this is our country. This is not. Andrew Jackson did a great job at that, as making sure that Native Americans would be shipped over here in Oklahoma, and he took their land. You can go and say the Pilgrims, we can go back then there. When the Pilgrims took the land from the Native Americans, this was not their country. This is not Donald Trump country. We are visitors. So stop saying that the foreigners need to go back. Hell, all of us need to go back then. If you're going to sit up there and say that every foreigner need to leave, then you need to leave, I need to leave, everybody need to leave. And let the Native Americans have their country. Because this is not our country. This is why I hate when Donald Trump tried to preach, and he's so not educated at all. And people, can you answer me this question? Name one policy that Trump have ever said. Now, I'm talking about a name of a policy. I'm not talking about I'm gonna take away this from immigrants. I'm gonna do this, and I want to hear that. I do want to play the video of the suspect who tried, if it comes up, because everybody know my computer acts crazy all the time sometimes. But nobody can't name a policy with Donald Trump. Nobody. Let's hit this video.
Michael Sanford being led out of this Trump rally moments after trying to grab a Las Vegas police officer's gun. A federal complaint charging Sanford, a British citizen in the U.S. illegally, with an act of violence. Sanford telling Secret Service he had driven 4 hours from Southern California to the Vegas rally to kill Trump. The day before the rally, Sanford went to Battlefield Vegas gun range. According to the complaint, he fired 20 rounds from a 9mm Glock pistol to learn how to use it. Greg Donovan, clearly a Trump supporter, was one of the first in line for Saturday's rally.
So he was the first in line to go to Donald Trump rally. He wasn't a supporter, and he's from British, like I thought, and he wanted to kill Trump because he was over here in the United States illegally. So, it's amazing that it's just start happening now, because I really thought that was going to happen way before. Maybe because they wasn't taking Donald Trump really serious, so they wouldn't try to kill him. And now they know that they're taking him serious. So, hey, He's the president candidate right now, and they're looking at these things like, oh my God, this man is actually might be president. And I was talking to my brother and a friend of mine yesterday, and he didn't understand when I was really trying to tell him about this is scary times, because a lot of people don't understand that Bernie Sanders supporters, and I'm calling all you Bernie Sanders supporters out there, go and vote, because you might get Trump in office. I mean, I continue to compare Trump with Heil Hitler. A lot of people, even the Jews, voted for Heil Hitler. They never thought, because Heil Hitler preached hatred, but he didn't preach hatred against the Jews. So the Jews like, hey, I want a different person in the office. They're gonna benefit us. And find out after he got in office, he started turning against the Jews. See, when I watch a lot of African Americans, and I watch Hispanics who actually support Trump, it makes me think what's going to happen to them later on if this man get into office. Not only what's going to happen to us or any other people of color, I want to know what's going to happen to America, because people continue to try to just disregard that Trump filed bankruptcy 5 times. And if you want to get technical about it, he filed bankruptcy 7 times. But 5 times, we're going to say on the record. Not only that, I just want people to wake up and see how this guy trying to be a dictator. They stopped that dictatorship long time ago, because presidents early in the days was trying to dictate. And the reason why you can't be a dictator, especially in America, you could be in another foreign country, and you see how long that lasts once you are a dictator in other countries. They're not going to have it. Trump cannot go to the UN and sit up there and say, I want this. I want this. Trump cannot do that. He cannot tell. He's just, listen, when you guys thinking just because he become a president that he can do something, that's why they invented the Congress and the Senate. Trump is telling you and feeding you lies like no tomorrow. If he gets to be president, he's a puppet on the screen. It was the fine example what happened to Obama. When Obama wanted something, he had to go to the Senate. He had to go to the Senate. He had to go to Congress. The Congress had to pass a bill. They will agree with the president. From there, it had to go to the Senate. Trump telling you, who the hell going to pay for this wall? Half of Washington, D.C. is owned by China. People learn about the politics. Nobody is going to pay for no wall to stop. They can't even stop these illegal immigrants. They can't even stop that. They've been trying to stop that for years. They haven't stopped that yet. What make you think they're stopping now? Come on. Trump lying to you. And this is where I continue to tell people the snakes continue to crawl out of the rocks. They continue to crawl. Long as people teach and talk about hatred, they coming out. You never knew these people was working on the side of you, and you're like, oh my God, isn't that so-and-so? I never thought they was that way. You'll be surprised what people are. Let's get on to this cop This ticks me off, people. This ticks me off. And a lot of African Americans say, well, they just proved themselves. It doesn't matter what it pissed me off because they went farther beyond. It was young African Americans was in a neighborhood that they actually lived in with $300,000 houses. The cop pulled them over. And they are filming this. The cop pulled them over and asked them why they're here. I wish you would pull me over, bro. I don't own a $300,000 house, but I own close to a $200,000 house, and I pay my bills on my own. So at the end of the day, I wish you would pull me over in my neighborhood. I wish you would. I can say this. It's been a long time. It's been about like 5 years. 5 years. I had a cop pull me over in this neighborhood where I stay at, have my own house. Been living here for a while now. And he was asking me a question. I said, do you have probable cause? No, I was just checking. Do you have probable cause? Can I see light? No, you cannot. Now, can I go? Because you're holding me up. And he couldn't say anything because he didn't have proper cause to pull me over. I wasn't speeding or nothing like that. Guys, learn the law. This is why I have a program called The Rebirth and the New Trend. I ask everybody to come join me, fight this cause, stop brutality, everything. We need to stop this. So they got pulled over in a neighborhood where the houses are $300,000. The guys turned around and say, hey, you can follow me. I'm going to my house. That he's selling his house. He's no longer staying there, but he still have the keys to his house because he haven't sold the house. The cop followed him there all the way to the house. You think I'm lying? I would try to play this video. It ticks me off. The reason why it ticks me off is because why did they have to go to that extent to prove that they stay in that neighborhood? We as African Americans work hard. I have a good job. It's me, myself, and I. And I can take care of myself. If I want a $300,000 house, I'll get a $300,000 house. That's not me, because I'm frugal. I believe in saving money. Nobody's not going to help me. I don't have kids. Everybody know I'm a lesbian. If I ever get kids, it will be from my wife. But this kills me that they think that they did something. You went to the extent and beyond to try to prove somebody wrong. I don't give a good God doggone. I don't. I wouldn't have to prove nothing. Because I deserve, my ancestors deserve, they worked hard, they fought hard. My mother, my father did all this and always instilled in my head to do better. And that's what I have done. And that's what I'm still doing. So it's no way that I'm going to try to prove to anyone what I have and what I'm going to do in life. Just because you're not staying in an area like this, that's your problem. I have the video up.
For example, I got an offer for $285. I ain't happy with that. You know what I'm saying? Why is that?
I've never seen the score.
I mean, I don't know. Look, I can't can't explain all that.
What's
But
up,
I
mama?
can tell you this though, they send me letters letting me know.
I'm gonna call you right back. We're with Alfonso.
Anything they have to do.
Alfonso said a house,
I got
right?
HOA together.
So me and him riding over here in the neighborhood. He got a $300,000 house. We get pulled over by the police because we in the neighborhood.
I don't know the president for real. I forgot who the president is. You feel what I'm saying?
Greensboro.
I don't know
Got pulled over by a random county
They
sheriff.
give you when they send it. I mean, we can just go to my crib. Like, we can just ride over there. It ain't nothing for you to come in. Let's ride then. We going. Showtime. About to Steve-O, I'm about to flex.
Yes, we about to go back to the
We about to flex.
You don't believe Fonzo got
Don't
a
believe I got a house. Yo, put this on. Let
We
this
going
go
on
by.
Facebook.
Go on
You don't
Facebook.
believe Fonzo got a $300,000 house. You want to follow us?
Follow us now. Follow us. Hell yeah.
Make sure you stop at the stop sign.
Oh yeah, because he would.
Stop. Yep.
Yeah, he would. Put the blinkers on.
Yeah, he been following us around the neighborhood, then pulled us over.
This cop actually followed them. I want
Yeah,
you
you
guys
gotta take him to the house, then
Take him
follow
to the
home,
house.
and go on up in there and see if he like it. Can you afford this?
Yeah, matter of fact, those the type of questions we
Yeah, are you interested in buying? Why you wasting our time? This was all for nothing. I'm gonna call you back. That just shows you being black in America. Crazy. We out here trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, he wanted to show me the house, and you know what I mean, whatever. We out here comparing his house to another house just sold for $300, because his house is worth $340. You know what I'm saying? We get pulled over. Yeah.
This is a beautiful.
But I'll call you back. We got the Narcs behind us.
They
Now, can you believe this cop is actually following them?
Yeah.
Following them to the house. Because he did not believe that they owned a $300,000 house. But people say racism doesn't exist.
Look at these houses out here. We ain't supposed to be out here. Oh, shit. Money gets you anywhere you want to go. Anywhere you want to go. Y'all want to be out here with us? Damn. You save your money. Invest with us. If you got $300, I'm gonna show you what you can get.
Talk to them. What they say, bro?
You can live out here by the lake, and you can get followed by the J.
Cops still following.
Yes.
And they think they proving something. Why did you have to go through that scene? That is screaming.
Because you're young, rich, and black.
Why?
What's he said? Because
Would he have followed them if they was Caucasian?
Police stop at the stop sign. Give him
And
enough
there's
time
no
to get up here. He
racism
ready
in
to
the
look
United
stupid.
States.
He gonna be mad when he see this.
Yep. Ain't no damn soon. What joint right here? Look at that. Ain't Trump live there.
Yeah.
Ain't Trump live right there. Yeah, we got Obama down the block. The sun's right here though.
Yeah.
Look at the sign right here.
The sun.
Look at the sign right here. Pull it up. Bam. Bam.
Let's get it.
Big boy.
Stop right here. Just make sure we in the presence of everybody.
Yeah, let's go and get out with the camera.
Let's go ahead. Let's make a movie.
Look at the cop. Getting out of the car, Ashley followed them all the way to the house because he did not believe them.
Man, the house worth too much money walking to the grass, man.
Yeah, you're right.
For real.
How long have you had a house here, sir?
Ask him how long he had the house. The fuck?
It'll work. We're gonna sharpen it up though. Had a little 300. You can make an offer.
You can get it right now.
They offered 285 already.
We ain't feeling that.
15 more about it.
Man.
15 more about it.
We ain't feeling that. We ain't feeling them low offers though, man.
I'm going inside, man, just to show. To show what we deal with when we young and black and trying to make something happen.
Right, exactly.
With kids.
Young and black and trying to make things happen.
Pop. Just go ahead and
Go ahead, man.
I mean, tell them about the house.
I mean, as you can see, we have it's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath. Master bedroom, you could.
Come on in.
I can.
Oh.
You sure?
Oh.
That's my house, though. You good?
Yeah, you good. We invited you in. You want to know where you pulled out. We were still trying to figure out why we were pulled over. But this is why we in the
Why was they
neighborhood.
pulled over?
This is it. Oh, you leaving?
Now he's leaving.
Oh, man, you gotta do more than that for us, man. Golly, man. Is that it?
But it's nice, though, right? You feel it? I mean, it's...
Is that it, man?
That's it.
All right. We appreciate whatever you did for us.
Oh, yeah.
Sure did.
This what we doing, man. New way, man. Trying to really stay
Now,
focused.
why did they have to go through all that? Why did he actually waste taxpayer money following them to the house and couldn't believe what they say? But racism doesn't exist, though, right? Be African American, be a person of color, and you will find out that it does. They didn't have to go through that. It could have been a rape. It could have been all kinds of stuff that's happening while he's following them to their house. It could have been people out there burglarizing. They could be doing all kinds of stuff. But he followed them to their house. I want you to think about that. He wastes taxpayer money following them to their house. Why? Because they was African American and they are and still is men of color. Guys, if you want to hide your head and put it in the sand and don't want to see and say there's no racism exists these days, then go ahead. But we all know who, as a person of color, know that racism exists every day. I have proven it several times and several times over. I have talked about Brock Turner when he got 6 months by raping an unconscious woman. And not only that, they're not saying that he also raped 28 other women in Stanford. They just couldn't figure out who was doing that. But they caught him behind a trash can with this woman raping her. He got 6 months. I want you guys to go on this young man was Batey, Batey, from Vanderbilt. He was a football player, African American. The exact same charge, the same with Brock Turner. He got 14 years. Brock Turner got 6 months. He's only going to serve 3 months in jail. They're not going to send him to prison. Batey did the exact same things, got 14 years. Keep on thinking racism doesn't exist. Racism exists all the way through the law. This is the reason why I want to go into the White House and become the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I want to change. I want to make a change. I'm going to get there, and I'm definitely going to be successful of that. I just want people, if you sit up here and say, I have a quote unquote a black friend, but your black friend may come into an altercation or something like that, and your black friend, and you're standing on the side of them, and someone may come to your black friend, hate that word, black, that's a color, that's not a heritage. Your black friend standing on the side of you, and some Caucasian or somebody come up to your black friend and says, "What's up, nigga? You ain't shit." You know, all kinds of stuff, something like that. If they come up to you and you just stand there and don't say anything, you might as well hop your ass right on the other side and just stay there with the white supremacists, because you allow these things to happen. That's why it kills me when someone sit up there and say, I have a black friend. Why don't you just say you have a friend? Why you have to say the color? Never could understand that. Can't comprehend that. Never will. I just don't want people who's not going to have my back. If you say that you're my friend, you don't see me as color. If you say you're my friend, you're going to have my back when something go on with another white supremacist, or white supremacists come up to me and say something out of the ordinary, because they do exist. I just proved that to you. That guy may think that he's not a white supremacist, but why did he have to follow those young African American men so they can prove that they are worthy to be in that neighborhood? Like I said, I was pulled over in my neighborhood. My house is close to $200,000. But when he pulled me over, I'm not going to bring him back to my house, because that's none of his damn business. I made sure to let him know I know the law. You're not going to pull me over for nothing. Now, you have to have proper cause. And if you don't have proper cause, I'm on my way. You're not going to sit up here and just continue to harass me because you see me in these nice neighborhoods. I pay my mortgage every month, not late at all. I work my butt off at my job. I don't need cops to pull me over, and I'm not going to prove to them why I'm in this neighborhood, because this supposedly supposed to be a free country. And if it's a free country, then don't follow me. Don't question me why I'm in a certain neighborhood. And they shouldn't have to go through that extent to try to prove that they're in that neighborhood. They deserve to be in that neighborhood. We shouldn't have to do that in 2016 going on 2017 of this year. This makes no sense at all. That African American people of color have to prove something to everyone. We work hard. Don't believe the hype and don't believe the propaganda that they sit out here and preach and say that a lot of African Americans do not take care of their kids. A lot of African Americans are not. They are on welfare. They're not working. Don't believe the hype. Because a lot of African Americans are working. Look on the computer. 96% who's on welfare is Caucasians. Don't get me wrong. 4% of that is African Americans on welfare. You have to remember how welfare was started. It was started in the Great Depression, where Roosevelt saw that most Caucasians could not live without the help of the government. That's why he formed welfare. People, read your history. Stop believing the hype. Stop believing the propaganda that they're lying about us as African Americans and the people of color. I've been working ever since I was 9 years old. They sit up there and say that we are lazy. Now, I told you, I've been missing for 2 days, been working, have my own business. Stop thinking that everybody who's of color do not work. We have been working. Like I said, I've been working, cutting yards, because I'm from Florida. Cutting yards at the age of 9. Been working ever since. The lies that Fox have been telling people on here, the lies that Trump have been preaching on here, talking about people of color. Hell, Trump talk about Hispanics all day. Who you think built his place, his casinos? Who you think? The Hispanics. Who you think is his maid around that house? A Hispanic. People, come on now, wake up. Don't believe the hype what he's saying. What he's saying, you're only good for one reason of cleaning. You're only good for one reason. What he say about women? You're only good that you should be on your knees. Now, we already know what he's trying to say about being on your doggone knees. We already know that. What you think he's saying? Come on now, people. This man have caused a lot of divide. Have divided this country. This country has already been divided. I have said it plenty of times. Now he have divided this country tremendously by hatred and bigotry. And we as a people just will not sit up there and think. You have to think. Stop being in a mental block. Don't be in a mental block. Don't allow him to take away what America has been built on. Even though it's been built on killing people, stealing, America have been built on all these things. But when, as people of America, United States, going to come together and stop looking at the color of people's skin and start judging. Stop looking at the news. I stopped watching news a long time ago. That's why I'm doing the things what I'm doing now. You know why I stopped looking at the news? It's because they tell lies. They tell lies. They tell lies about us as people of color. I tell people all the time, if you don't like me, it's okay, but you will respect me. You don't ever have to come to anything I have. You don't ever have to talk to me, but you will not disrespect me. Because I will not disrespect you, but you will not disrespect me. I will not allow that. Not at all. Nope. Can't do it. Not at all. People, we need to come together, stop allowing this man to dictate what we believe in and what we want in life. If you continue to allow somebody like Trump to continue to bring this country down and divide this country, then you sadly mistaken if he's going to do the things what he's going to continue to do. He's going to... People, as soon as that man get in there, he's going to dictate and try to tell the Congress and the Senate what to do. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be some bomb droppings up on America. And you think you seen something? You haven't seen nothing yet. If you think that these people are going to allow Trump to do the things that he wants to do. You crazy. He's not going to do it. I have reported last week about this young lady who was pulled on with her neck, by her neck in a field trip by 3 young white Caucasian boys. 3 Caucasian boys. I have reported that last week, and they're suing the school board for $3 million. That I think they should sue a little more because they never contact the mother at all regarding the young lady neck. She had abuse all over her neck. I showed that last week. So they're still going through it with the school board, and they're suing the school board regarding her neck. I want people to see. I know on my podcast you guys not going to see it, but on here they would see it. I want to show it if I can get it up. The young lady neck. Why is my computer is arcing the way it's arcing? But why is it doing that? Interesting. I want to show this, let people see this. I can big time. But her neck was terribly, you can see the scar on her neck. And I'm going to type it in and see if I can get this picture up. See if I can get this picture up and show you her neck. Because this is totally ridiculous how her neck looked, and they did not even try to contact her mother at all. And I just really want to show you this. This is, again, I'm showing how hatred does this even from a young age. She was 12 and they was in 12, 13 years old. And they pulled her by her neck and closed that ad up. If this does not show, I'm going to have to show it on another day, maybe tomorrow. But I'm trying to get it up now. I don't know why my computer acting up, but it is. I go through this all the time. I clean it out, everything. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But here we go. Her neck, showing her neck right now. I'm going to have to. But she was 12 years old and she was drugged by her neck by 3 white young men. Not even young men. I can't even say young men because they're not young men. They're little boys. They're like in 12, 13 or something years old. And while she was on that field trip, nobody contacted her mother at all. And they didn't even try to put any medicine on it or anything like that. And I'm not just, it's sitting there and it froze. It's gonna really tick me off right now. I really just won't show. It just ticks me off sometimes. But anywho, it's not gonna show. I'm not gonna get it. Ticks me off because when I really want to show people this, what happened to this young lady, I don't know why it's icing up. Okay. Let me see. I can get it. See her neck? This happened. I just wanted you to see that. That happened to her on her neck. Deep gash. Nobody didn't even try to contact her mother at all. I just want to see the hatred. They're in their 12 years old and 13 years old. Where do you think they get their hatred from? Where do you think they get their hatred from? They learned this from the parents. Why? And you ask the parents, why do they have so much hatred towards African Americans or people of color? You know what they're going to say? Because what I saw on the news, all they do is rob and steal. Do y'all ever think when they do a news report, they interview the worst ones out of the African Americans? They do not interview the intelligent ones. They get the worst one, the one with missing the teeth right here, not taking care of themselves. They baggy clothes, having pants hanging down. What? They will not interview any African Americans that's intelligent. Not at all. We're not. They always get the worst ones. Yeah, man. He was over there and he was doing this and he's don't even use sentence right. They get the worst ones, people. Why? Because they want this to continue to go on. They want the lie to continue to circle and say, yes, African Americans are dumb. Yes, African Americans do not get their education. Yes, African Americans do all these things. Not all African Americans. I'm getting my master's. And then I am proceeding to get my PhD. So not all African Americans are dumb. Not all African Americans are lazy. Just want you guys to understand where I'm coming from and what I'm trying to let you guys know. Stop watching news because they was doing an interview and I want to play that interview, but my computer is acting up right now. So I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. I want to play the interview that this and I put it, matter of fact, I put that interview on my Facebook, and you can also go on my Facebook if you want to. I think he's from British, and he interviewed a lot of Caucasians, and the Caucasians said, well, I know they're lazy and stuff like that. And the man asked them, he said, how do you know that? He said, well, I watch news. You watch news. I know how they are. This is interviews with men and women. I know how they are because I watch the news. They get the worst ones, people. They make us look so bad. Because they want you guys to think that we're nothing. They want you guys to think that we are not fit to live on this land with you guys. This is what they want. Anyway, things gonna continue to be the way it is. We can't too much change it, huh? And that's what a lot of people will say. We can't change it. Yeah, we can. We the one made it the way it is. So we can change anything if we put our head to it. We can accomplish anything if we put our heads to it. What a great day, huh? I just want to just say, people, I love you guys. And I am about to get out of here. If I can get this to work right. Because I have to go. It's always a beautiful pleasure and time to be with you guys and spend time. You listen to me on so much. And it's always a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm acting crazy now because I'm trying to get it up. Try to get everything going. Today, I have a long day today. I just had to get in here because I haven't been in here in 2 days, and I have noticed a lot of things was going on in the United States, and I had to report this incident with Trump and his little people around here is trying to assassinate Trump, and he's not even president yet. Yeah, I think he's going to stir up a lot of problems. I have seen that so many times when you stir up and talking about illegal immigrants need not to come over here. Well, I just want to ask him one thing. How are they going to, you're not going to have too many people cleaning your toilet. And you know what the killer thing about it? Trump said, I want to take it all the way back. How far do you want to take it back, Trump? You trying to go back to slavery? That's something to think about, isn't it? But anyway, time to go. Everybody know. Drop it like it hot, baby.
Girl, drop to the drop, drop to the drop, 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 drop. Girl, drop to the drop, drop to the drop, 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 drop. Girl, drop to the drop, drop to the drop, drop, drop.
If I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop.
Stop, drop, and roll it. I like bad bitches in the club that control it. If you told it, you get voted. And to my haters, I'm back, molded.